Hello and welcome to this tutorial, CorelDraw 2020 for graphic designers. This is the interface of the program, the user interface. You see the menu bar here, the toolbox here, or the toolbars here. On the right, you see the colors. You can also see that whenever you click on one of the tools, the tool options are here, located here. When you hover with the mouse, you will see you can read the tool name, the pick tool. In this tutorial, we will try to use all of these tools, starting from the simplest ones, the square, the circle, and the polygons. To draw a square, you just click on the square tool, you just drag and drop. If you want a rectangle or a square, if you want a square, you just keep pressing on Control button on the keyboard and move the mouse, and you'll have an equal square. Also, for these options here, you can see, zoom in with the mouse wheel, you can see here the corners are to be round according to how many millimeters you want them to be. For example, 25 millimeters. So if you choose like 5 millimeters. Also, there's another way to do this by simply, if you unlock this and put 0 on the right side, is going to be circled only on the left side of the square. For the circle here, the oval shape, if you want the symmetrical circle, you just keep pressing on Control by drawing the circle, and it's going to be even. By dragging the mouse on all these, you can see that there's a dotted line shape here appearing. This is the selection area now. If we release the mouse, it's going to select all of these objects, and we can delete them all together. For the polygon, of course, whenever you have this arrow here, that means if you keep clicking, you will see other options. The way to use it is if you click and keep clicking, release, and it will draw a circle or an ellipse. So if you, by pressing Control, it's the same way to draw the circle. For the polygon, if you keep clicking on the polygon icon, you'll see that we have stars, we have spirals, and another shapes. For example, for the star, what options do we have for the star? Of course, the shape tool, we are going to use the shape tool all the way on, because it's one of the most commonly used, with the move tool here or the pick tool in all the graphic design softwares. So if we grab this node here, the shape of the star will be changed. This number here represents how many points the star would have. For example, 11. So it's 11 point stars. So by drawing this, for example, if you have 33, we're going to have a sun, more or less. For the shape to be symmetric, you will just need to have these two numbers here, dimensions of the shape, to be equal. It will be like the sun. So if you want to change some color properties, right click here on the shape properties, you'll have this bar here. It's for the fill and gradient. So if you choose gradient and we select the colors by double clicking on this black square here. Now that we have this shape, we can right click on this here, this place here. This box means that whatever you select will have no color. So if you right click it, it will tell the CorelDraw to remove the stroke color around this shape. So if we right click on any other color, it will give the color to the stroke. Right clicked on this no color thing. So with the polygon here, it's not that different. We can make a star out of a polygon or a polygon out of a star. Also we can choose how many points does the polygon have. For example, 90. Let's say, for the sake of editing, for simplifying this, so this is an it's a 9. Again, if we keep pressing on Control, we have this shape, this even shape here. If we have 6, it's going to be hexagon. 9 shapes, it's going to look like this. And of course you can also make a star out of this. So for example, if you want to have some, if you manipulate this shape, of course first we duplicate it by simply Control D, pressing Control D while selecting. We select both, and then C to centralize, and T to align the top for alignment. So now the two shapes are on top of each other. We choose one of them and make it a bit larger. Now we manipulate the shape using the pick tool and the shape tool. So now we have this shape here that is composed of two shapes. For example, we color this with a darker color. This is going to appear on top if you order it to appear, if you order it to appear on the back of the page, and then we select both shapes and delete the stroke by right clicking on this box here. Of course, we can repeat this infinitely by pressing the shift. We will keep the center of the object, drag inside, and then click both mouse buttons and release. It is going to this thing is going to duplicate the shape. So if we choose a lighter color, and then so we can repeat this over and over. For example, we can always use this one, make it 9 shaped, for example, keep it 33 shaped. Of course, it's in the back now, but we can always order it to be in front of the page, resize it, select all of them to make them align in the center. Another place that we can find the alignment is this. Of course, we can choose this color here to be white or gray, like this one. Control the alignment distribution. These are the shortcuts that I have been using. C to align horizontally, E to center vertically. So if I C for align horizontally, so this is and the grayscale rows maybe. So we have here the text. By simply typing the text here, you will have the properties here, or you can also have more properties, like the font, for example. CorelDraw takes whatever fonts you have in your machine, Windows or MacBook machine. You tweak these a little bit, these properties, and you will just have your goal for. Also, you can use it from here, from down here. You don't have to tweak this number. You can simply drag and control the size from this box here when you are when you are using the pick tool. Select everything. Get rid of this text. Centralize again, align in the center. If we want to use a gradient of this color to color this logo, all you need to do is the eyedropper here. We select the color like this. It goes like this. So if you need a color that is lighter than this. Tweak the inner shape a little bit. Of course, we can make this smaller. Selecting while pressing shift will select everything together. So now that we have this, we can align them vertically. If you want to control everything together, we don't have to do any more editing on this. You just select them all and Ctrl G or group. This way they will move together and you will have the same effect together. Another important tool that you are going to use more than others is the Bezier tool and the pen tool. The pen tool is they're both used for drawing and tracing. With the pen tool, you can just trace node by node until you are finished, and it snaps like this. If you use the shape tool here, it's going to control all of these nodes. If you want one node to be curved, you just right click using the shape tool it's going to be curved, and you select the to curve option. Also with the pen tool you can do this by simply while pressing move the mouse and it will draw the shape. But it is going to force you to have shapes, to have the curve on the next one as well. It's not that symmetric, but you can tweak it. For example, you can always make this one a line and then modify this two here. So it's easier to use the Bezier for the same job. But it's going to both will keep curvy edges, out using the mouse wheel. So now these 3 shapes. Also, you will benefit a lot from using this trick of intersection and trimming. So for example, if we want to have this circle and align it with this square, align it vertically, we duplicate the shapes. If we select both shapes, an option here that will weld them together and make them one shape. If you select both of them and trim them, an option will cut one of the shapes out of the other. There's also this intersection. If we duplicate, so based on your imagination, you can use this tool here. Select these 2 circles and trim. It's going to draw this crescent here with a polygon drawing a star, a 5-node star. Also, by using a trace map, so now we have this picture here that we can duplicate by simply pressing Control D. If we group this feather here with its details, say that we need this, we like this one, and we need to trace it. A simple way to trace it, double click after the grouping. A simple way to trace this is this option here, the trace bitmap. If you press the quick trace, it will convert this picture into a vector. You ungroup, delete the box here, the white box. So if we see what's here, you can always choose another color, for example a gray one, not for both, to put the straw. So whenever we need some this also could be applied with any of these. So if you say we like this one instead, you just group it, double click on the select tool, you can just quick trace using this detailed logo trace or the high low quality trace. But the other options will take more processing power, The other options will take more processing power, but this is the preview because it's a simple shape. So it's dominantly black and white, so just say it's black and white. Two colors only. Move the edges for the pixels of this picture, just to smoothen the shape of the outline shape. It doesn't take much time, simply because it's a simple picture here. This is how we use a trace tool.